Welcome back, everyone, to another turn resolution War in the Pacific, Admiral's Edition. Friedrich. Let's see. Oh, that merging this here is I'm trying to get a light cruiser back to Colombo to repair fully. It wasn't going to be able to accomplish that at Trincomalee, but I just merged it with some escorts. Now I don't have any fighters, night fighters here, but should be okay. We do have decent flak there, and the thunderstorms are helping us out a bit. And that flotation issue, I have a minesweeper that has damage. Trying to get that to Darwin. Yeah, I don't understand what these coast watchers are seeing because I think there's no ships in this area. Ooh, what? That is that's nuts. How did that even happen? Two torpedoes, both hit? I mean, sure, one is a dud, but that's crazy. So basically, that undoes everything I've said about how poor my subs are doing compared to his um, crack shot submariner here. All right, these are getting to us, but down to our depth, but we're evading a lot of near misses that are just rattling us. Yeah, so this should sink it. But yeah, two torpedoes, both hit, but one was a dud. Let's see how it goes. Yeah. This is okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, can I have this instead of the sub chaser? We only get one fish into her, but it may not sink her, but she'll have to go back. Plus, she's on fire. That'll help. Or, okay, never mind. That should do it. Um, two torpedoes, both hit. One is a dud. Okay, I see what happened there. She broke off in an escort task force to limp home, and we put another torpedo into the unescorted cargo ship. A lot of canceled missions. It's not good. Okay, this is going to be an empty. I'm kind of distraught at that. What happened is my bombers all went first, so I got a little bit nervous there. So I sent in my fighters to sweep only, so no bombings this turn. Because I got a little paranoid that he was gonna mass cap. Yeah, I was gonna say this should be devastating. Clear sky. Mm. Okay, so I just need to remember to put these guys in move mode. Look at this, he's bugging out just like we expected, but I think I'm bombarding here. What I should do is attack. I don't know why I didn't think to do that. Light rain. We're getting into the meat here a little bit, but this is just a tiny little company. Um, Ooh, decent flak there. And we're at 10,000. So, but hitting the supply. 2 port supply hits, 1 fuel hit. The fuel won't be very effective except for just limit what we get when we capture these bases because I don't know that he's gonna send any ships to this theater anytime soon anyway. Maybe he stockpiled the supplies up heavily in anticipation of this bombing campaign. uh, Flying in with our naval strike aircraft, naval F4 F4s, Wildcats. Well, that was a little lackluster, probably. Okay, Wu Chang, yeah, expected this. Let's see if he's grown even bigger. Let's see, 1,800, but we have 2,100 and some reinforcements coming. I'm shuffling some troops from this hex to this hex, by the way. Okay, some decent hits here. But again, he's going to have supply issues. But I don't dare attack at Tungu. I don't know what the size of his forts are going to be. All right, so we are bombarding. It looks like he's moved some more troops into the hex. Probably because, once he captured Rangoon, he could afford to bring some more troops. Yeah. So he's got 4 divisions and a mixed brigade. If he wants to park here, I'll take it because he can't pass us here. This kind of gets him stuck. Let's see what transpires over the course of some turns. Now that he's in this hex, see if he tries to move out of it in any given direction. Um, yeah. All right. So I'm bombarding here for a couple reasons. One of them is because I would love to burn his supplies, but I also kind of wanted to see what he had. And we have very similar assault value, except for I think, and well, he has tanks, a lot of tanks. Over 1,000. They're not all tanks, he's gonna have trucks, I'm sure, and so forth. But I think with this parity, he won't attack us. If he does, with this terrain differential plus low supplies, I think we're okay. Potentially low supplies, I should clarify. And he may want to move some stuff. I don't know what he did with Pegu, but he's going to want to reinforce that because we've got tanks threatening it from the north here. All right, well, I think I guess we could take a look at losses really quick. Not much happened though. Okay, so 4-3 on the air losses. Um, actually, I'm surprised he got one by flak. I didn't see that, but it could be just fog of war on the report. We can take a look briefly here. One Topsy, one Nate, one Nell. Maybe the Nell was that night bombing? I don't know. One Pete, you can see what these are. I, well, I don't like losing any of these four. Did we lose any pilots as well? No, so at least there's that. Okay, but I wanted to look at this too. So we knocked out this sub chaser, which, has decent ASW in its mod 2s, so that, we'll take it. And then this cargo ship is a pretty sizable one, has a pretty good range, a decent cargo hold, including troops, although my understanding is it was not carrying any troops, but it could have been carrying some other various things. But there's that. So I think we'll just jump right into the 8th. Be right back. Okay, yep, we're back. February 8th, 1943. Uh, it's only been a day since I've sent the turn. I still don't know what's going to happen. Well, so we have ASW, and these aren't the best ASW. The reason I'm using them is to, well, see what I can do about chasing these subs off. Maybe they get a lucky hit, but also to occupy his subs. We're hoping to keep our air ASW busy, and then sweep in with our bombardments to hit lay. Oh, shoot. Let's get out of that. Okay, so we destroyed one of his Nells. He destroyed one of our P40s. They're probably both equally replaceable, but he lost a pilot, hopefully, and we did not. The severe storms I thought would help, but anyway, looks like it's time to put up some night fighting here. That's easy enough. Please, please, please. Okay. Oh, nice, too. And fuel cargo's burning, even if it survives this initial... Oh, man, look at that. What? How many torpedoes did we get into that thing? Just two? If so, that second one... Wow, that second one just really wrecked it. Now, I don't know if these are... This is an indication that he's going to operate KB soon down in here. So I think I'm going to give it a couple of days. Keep a lookout. I've got plenty of searches, and hopefully well, whether he brings KB or not, hopefully we're ready. But I'm certainly not going to stick my neck out just... Yeah, I think that's that oiler. Okay, Coco's Island is under attack. Landing craft. Yeah, he's invading. He did not do the same bombardment or anything this time. I'm kind of curious if he'll take it, but he won't get destroyed. Worst case scenario, he'll keep bringing troops until he takes it. That's okay. It's hard to defend. I'm not going to put a bunch of stuff up there to hold it. But I'm surprised he may have reconned it. I just haven't looked over there in a while. There we go. See, bombing. Of course, I don't know if we're getting anywhere with it, but we're keeping them occupied. Okay, Pegu is not being covered. We shall smash whatever he has parked there. Um, which will. It occurred to me sometime today that I don't think I set my vengeances there. They may not be that great at ground bombing anyway, but I like to get as much action as I can. Although it's possible someone could argue, well, yeah, but that's just a waste of assets, supplies particularly. Just because there's glory on in Europe with the Stukas doesn't mean the vengeances are going to have the same glory in Burma, right? Okay, so I think where those bombers are bombing, we've got some troops going to bombard. So if I keep doing this and it's clear terrain, surely he's going to start capping it, right? So one of the things, and I want to pay attention to this, I'm not doing a very good job of it. I want to see what he has here. Tank regiment, infantry regiment, brigade. So these are pretty sizable units when you put them all together. There is no way. Well, I guess it's possible. I could bring my tanks in after some rounds of bombing and just eject these guys and put Rangoon and Tungu out of supply. Because it's clear, it might be worth it. However, I have no idea what the level of force he has here. It could be formidable, but we're knocking out some of his vehicles as well. Okay, so these Hudsons I put with escort instead of a sweep. That may or may not be ideal. And the Dauntlesses took some more Wildcats. So, yeah, infantry regiment. Couple of destroyed non-combat there. I've got a very, very, very slow-moving mountain regiment moving up there, although I don't have to wait for it. I just, not in a rush to take WoW just yet, anyway. I guess we could consider it just getting live reps with our bombers. Yeah, our carriers are arriving at Perth probably tomorrow. I think it'll be 2 more days when we get the reinforcements from the east. Nice. Wow. The counter battery here was pretty brutal. And now he has a little bit more than we do. Now, I'm still not going to bring the Australian division is going to take several weeks, maybe, I don't know. Feels like a long time. It's going to take a long time to get down this road. What I'm thinking, well, let's see. I don't know, February? How about the end of April, maybe? End of March? Anyway, be nice to get the Australian division right here and hit Pegu with that in conjunction with our tanks. Oh, check that out. He probably wasn't expecting this defense here. But by the time he gets fully unloaded, he may have, look at this, defending force 42. He may be in good condition. Um, I'll turn off the bombardment, but I think it'll just kick back in if he keeps unloading. Um, oh, shock attack. Okay, let's see how this goes. Oh, wow. He didn't lose his unit, which means he'll probably keep unloading troops. But we held 1 to 99 because Fort Level 3. I don't know. He must not have been expecting us to have anything there. Ooh, Airfield 9. Nice. Okay. So yeah, this is the turn after which I'll walk around the map and I don't know, try to highlight what's going on. But yeah, I think there's indication that maybe KB might be in the area there or something because those Oilers, some naval movements. All right, so the O-19, by the way, is damaged, but I think that's arriving or has arrived. It's basically very close to to Perth. I think, if I remember correctly. So it should be okay. Well, let's page down here and page down again. All right, yeah. Chittagong, this is nice. Cochin, that's fine. Okay, so Alameda, yeah, we just have a tanker and a cargo ship. All right, let's look at the damage here. 1, 4, 3. So it's still 4 to 3, just like yesterday. Aircraft losses. Let's see what he lost and what we lost. 2 Tojos, flying cap somewhere, likely, or maybe moving them, transferring them from base to base. 1 Nell to flak. And for us, 2, yeah, I mean, that's the price of flying long range cap. This P-40K, and I'm gonna have to start flying night fighter, even if we just kind of mess up his bombing run. Let's look at not that. Oh, I will quickly point out that unfortunately we still haven't converted the B-25C to the B-25D1 yet, the factories. So we're still only getting 10 per month. That's fine. It is, I mean, in any ways, it is what it is. But look at this B-24D1 Liberator. We've already got our first squadron replacement right there with 12, and we should be producing very quickly. Now, I think I already talked about that before, but I just wanted to point that out again. And then instead of building Whirlways, the Boomerang C-12 is being built. Now, I don't know as much as some people. I did look up this fighter for some information. It's certainly going to be more useful, I believe, than my Whirlways. But, you know, and they even carry bombs and whatnot. So it remains to be seen. But from what I was reading, they're not really frontline fighters, or at least, I mean, as used historically. So we shall see. Okay, whoops, I wasn't done with this. Zero pilots, we'll take that. And the oiler is not listed here. Of course, the Japanese would be tight-lipped about it, but we're pretty confident we sank it. If we did not, there's no way it survives back to base. It was very heavily damaged and on fire. All right. So, but if you want to look here, we already know about, I believe, all of these things, but feel free to take a look at that. Okay. So yeah, I guess that kind of ends that segment. So I don't feel like I'm nervous about this theater with regard to his. Uh, okay. So this here, by the way, is kind of, if I may say, a feint or whatever. Basically, I'm just going to hit this pretty hard just to kind of hopefully keep him from. I mean, it doesn't matter. He can't reinforce these bases anyway, but it just kind of makes me want to kind of keep mixing it up. But this will be the last time we bombard Jaluit, or however that's pronounced. I am going to start preparing my invasion fleets because we're going to hit Middle East soon. This to me is more important than just port, right? This really is worth something, maybe an advanced sub base, but this is where I really want to be. So yeah, it's even better than, well, no, it's at the same level as Tarawa and Macon. So I guess it's not necessarily a huge improvement, except it's also closer. See, from here, the range to truck is 31, and with our recons, let's use these because they're long range. 31. Ooh, right there at extended radius. So every so often, I can send one of these partial squadrons from melee to truck. And then when you take Malloy Lap, even better. And then, of course, Quadrillane is hop, skip, and a jump. So obviously, this is my goal in the medium, in the midterm. This is my goal in the long term for this theater. And truck, I may or may not take. It depends on what he's got here. I mean, if he's lightly defended, I might just say, well, thank you, I'll take it. Because that port looks pretty juicy. I mean, this can be built up to 5, but this is 7. So we'll see. We'll see what he's going to have here when we're ready to move on it. But there, look at that, 15, the range. So if I could build this air capacity, man, I can't get it quite high enough. No matter what bombers I put here, it would be extended range. But well, let's take a look. This can be built up to also 3. Wow. Okay, this is somewhat useful. 23, man. It's just, okay, we have to take Ponape. Then we can just completely obliterate and neutralize Truck, and maybe capture it as well. In fact, this air capacity is higher than Truck's air capacity, but it's meaningless as air bases. Once we get past Truck, having Ponape is meaningless. But having Truck could be useful, yeah, in reaching up to Saipan and even Pagan. So it may be useful to take Truck, and it could be my forward operating base. It can hold 60,000 troops. I could have upwards of 3+ divisions parked here as a staging base. So that's something worth looking at. This game has been anything but historical, and for example, Rabal is pretty well guarded, but he also hasn't been using as a major forward base, at least with regards to air and naval power, because I'm pretty much keeping it suppressed, as basically all these bases. All right. So this is an area where, so we've discovered somewhere in here he has oilers. Does that mean he has like carriers somewhere here or down here? If we look, he could have them just outside of a range. He could have them just inside, and we haven't spotted them. Who knows? But also having subs all over, shooting one of his oilers, he may even say, you know what, I'll just stay back. Who knows? Yeah, I don't know his next move in this area, but basically it reminds me to just kind of lay low. We can get lay in a week instead of in 2 days, right? So let's give it a few days, keep our eyes peeled. It'd be nice to be able to say, hey, keep extra, I mean, there should be anyway, but keep extra attention out for enemy carriers, because you never know. But moving up to Burma, and let's see. Well, Chittagong is now level 9 airfield, which is perfect. That means we should have no more need to worry about either stack level or base admin. And we have plenty of aviation support for what we have based here. Not that I was worried about support level anyway, but this, by the way, keeps building up every turn. You know, we're nearing mid 400. So, yeah, trying to get these. See this 8 and 9 morale? These two base forces? They are not going up. But I am not sure if maybe that's because they need to maybe be moved to a major city to get the extra special relaxation that they need. I don't know. But same with this Indian division, the 39th, and it's certainly not getting huge, that's for sure. But it's slowly rebuilding. I haven't been paying attention to these specific numbers. The real number I'm looking at is the salt strength. It looks like he's feeding all his troops here instead of crossing here. That's totally fine with me. And now I'm flying even more recon here, so I should be able to see what he's doing. And I was thinking about the light industry here, and I was thinking about damaging it so he doesn't build supplies, and trying to figure out how the resources get in here to build things, to build supplies. But just rough math I was looking at, I think all the resources he needs probably end up here, but maybe that's not true. Well, that might not be true. He may have excess resources that now can come up to Rangoon. So it may behoove me to bomb this base. Well, because we've been bombing these troops so much, I think I'm going to take a spin at bombing the industry here. That will require some sweeping. This may be where he has his Tojo's capping. This is 7 hexes. Um, I'm tempted to give my bombers one turn break and just sweep here, see if his fighters are here. It could be that he diverts them here, and now because he doesn't want to keep getting smashed. I don't know, but basically what you see here is the line as it stands and will continue to stand. Um, basically here it is, the river Bassine, and the here in this hex north of Rangoon, and then across just north of Pegu, and then up. Now, he has as much invested in this area up here as I do, and also down here. Um, the difference here is I own this hex. He owns these 3 hexes, I believe. Whoops. Yeah, he owns these 3 hexes. We have opened up all 4 of these sides, but and he cannot anymore get stuff up this way without knocking out our tanks. And we have superior air, so in order to hit our tanks, he's going to have to try to fly bombers. Okay, moving east. Yeah, so we're just going to status quo for now. We're content with the status quo. I've got the 9th Australian. You can see it here, it's green. The 9th Australian is on its way, slowly moving. It's just slow because of the back roads. Probably dirt, maybe even just 2 tracks, or that's what I grew up calling them. But anyway. Country roads. Okay, moving to China. He's so we bombarded here, but he already moved on. He keeps staying a step ahead of us, and that is okay. And I'm surprised these troops are moving northeast instead of east. I thought he was going to converge on Hangzhou and try to hold that, but he opted to go up. Maybe he's deciding to hold this or Nanking. And he knows that I don't stay still for very long. So, like all these troops at Wuchang, I had like 3,500 or so, and I've pulled them all off to do this raid. I already had some troops coming here, and he knows that even if I get locked here, I'll probably keep moving, and maybe that's why he's coming to Wuchang. I can't believe we see troops here. I wonder if that has to do with. I wonder what that if that has to do with that's a big city maybe where some Chinese loyalists are giving us some information. But anyway, so chasing this guy down. But what I'm going to do is instead of going up this road following him, I'm probably going to converge here at Hangzhou, because if I can take this, that cuts off everything in this area. But he looks like he's kind of hustling back. Anyway, I might keep all these guys right here. Should be getting supplies moving these roads now, and so yeah, we're gonna keep chasing them. What I am probably going to do now is set the final destination to Hangzhou. If they go up this road, that's what I hope they do, because I want to get there fast. If they go east, let's see. That's fine. It's slower. I kind of wonder if I should manually tell. I don't know. Let's see. 1, 2. It may pick this way just because there's still road all the way, but it's this this 1.5 hexes is slower road. I don't know. I say one and anyway, because it looks at from point to point. So point to point and then point to point. So one and then a half, and then the other half is a faster road. But I'll also send, I think, my stronger core here up the road as well. I'm gonna look at that, but and kind of chase him down. But I have to be wary because there's a guy here, and I don't know what he's gonna do. I have to make sure he's not gonna try to get in my rear and mess with my logistics. But it's possible he's pulling everybody back to one of these bases. I may not take some of these because they have a garrison level, and if he withdraws to hold Hang Chow, then I'm not going to take these, and he can lose victory points and damage base from it. It'll be interesting also. All right, it's certainly fluid here in the south, but in the north, it's not quite so great for me. Um, yeah, we're going to need 2 more days. 1 day to get to 1 mile away. And then we got this guy completely surrounded. He's probably waiting for it to die. These guys we decided to stop and hold, and he can come assault. I think he's messing with me here because this guy has been moving as long as we were moving away, and he would have reached us the same time because it's the same terrain. So I'm just gonna sit there. He can keep messing around. We'll hold. All right. I am good, I think. Hopefully everyone else is with this presentation, and I will talk to you guys next time. But I hope you take care of yourselves, and we'll see ya. Bye.